Howdy ho and welcome to Cheap Content. I'm Nikki G and I'm the cheap content purveyor of cheap content. Dude. It's Monday morning. I'm aggravated. I don't know when you'll be watching this. It might be days later. I probably won't even put it out today. Penguin. What? Defamation against Italian Americans. That's how I'm going to spin this one, dude. I can't. Carmine the Roman Falcone in Batman The Long Halloween comic book where he's introduced is a strong man. He's a villain, strong, masculine head of a Italian crime family, and everyone in that family follows suit. It felt very authentic to what I saw and imagined Italian American gangsters to be. Now I'm watching Penguin, and Carmine Falcone is a serial killer. He's basically a serial killer. This past episode, which again the acting is brilliant, the script was terrible. I actually really liked the directing too. I thought visually it worked really well. They did a lot of cool tricks, but the writing was awful. It was so inauthentic. It was so socio-politically driven narrative, toxic masculinity, toxic patriarchy. I'm gonna jump into spoilers, my guys. I want to jump into spoilers. So if you are not caught up with Penguin, don't watch any forward. Skip to the next time mark. There'll be something else. A mob boss would never, let me repeat, would never gaslight their daughter in that way. Their daughter would be the most prized possession that they had. They will put blood in a state hospital. Like it's defamatory, offensive versions of Italian Americans. None of them are Italian Americans. It's completely inauthentic. The way they treat each other, the way they talk, the put-ons. Honestly, it's starting to I'm going to continue with the show, but I'm really offended by it. And I don't normally get offended. I'm not offended for the reasons you think. The mob, whatever you want to put, they were bad people. They did do bad things. They did abuse women, but not in this way. You know, this was so 21st century, 2024. Carmine Falcone's just strangles and kills women, and his daughter saw that. Like, first of all, a little girl's not going to remember that her dad had cuts on his hand if their mother just hung herself. Also, he wouldn't have strangled her and hung up his wife where the kids could see them. All of it is so convenient to tell the story. And then he goes to Arkham, again, another male-controlled mental institution. This is a concept from the 1920s, the 1930s, the 1940s. We don't have that. They should show the medical industrial complex with a bunch of overweight nurses smoking in the parking lot. That would be more effective. That would be more true to life. Instead, and the one that befriends her somehow is fine with torturing inmates if they're actually guilty. But then when he realizes she's not, he's like, oh my God, maybe you didn't do it. It's like, dog, you're doing electrocution therapy in the 21st century. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? She was in Arkham for 10 years. The movie takes place in modern time. Like, what type of weird Gotham are they trying to create? Penguin sideline for this whole episode. I enjoyed the end, but again, it was this toxic patriarchy, dude, they're a crime family. Grow up. Now it's like the crime family has to be equitable and fair. Shut up, dude. Your writers are whack. One device I really liked, that she peeled away the paint in her cell and revealed her parents' master bedroom. Can't say master bedroom. Parents' bedroom. I thought that was a really cool touch. I thought the acting was really strong in the episode. I just thought the script was higher fantasy and fiction than Lord of the Rings, my guy. Joker, Florida Olay, Photograph, Phalagrates, Photodoo. I didn't see it. I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see the movie because it's not where the story should have went. I'm just going to tell you what I think the story should have been. Don't normally do this here, but that's how I'm going to break it down. Boom, we open right at the end of his trial. He is deemed criminally insane and placed in the care of Arkham State Medical Facility. So he doesn't go to jail. Everyone's outraged about that. While he's in Arkham, they're trying to rehabilitate him. And his doctor, Dr. Harleen Quinzel, slowly but surely pushes him to embrace Joker more. Oh, that's kind of interesting, right? All the while, there is rumblings of a vigilante. So he's been in jail for a while now. So we know that at the end of Joker, the crazy Joker people killed Bruce Wayne's parents. I think we could have flashed forward some time, let some time pass where he's sort of lost in the system. And then this doctor who idolizes him, Harleen Quinzel, starts to pull Joker out of him. She becomes Harley. They break out, and it's like, we need to combat the fascism of this vigilante and the corruption of the bureaucracy. That's a story they should have told. You don't ever see Batman. You just hear that there is a monstrous vigilante. He has taken out the mentally ill, the people like Arthur Fleck. And Harleen Quinzel kind of wraps him around her finger and spins him back into the Joker because, like, we need you. We need you to combat this. You are the anarchy. These people are trying to force their rules upon us. They're fascists. That's an awesome story. Why wouldn't you do that? It was right there. It's a layup. It's literally all the character motivations. Instead, I've heard, I don't need to see it. I'm sure the cinematography is great. I'm sure the direction is fine. It's a musical. Why? Why would you make it a musical? Why would you do that? Why would you make it a musical? Oh, we have Lady Gaga. Let's make it a musical. Why? Why would you do that? I don't know. You can just make it that, like, Harley Quinn likes to sing while in Arkham, and there's your musical elements, you know? And that inspires Joker, and that ties into the soundtrack. No, like, you have actual musical numbers. I almost feel like this movie was a sabotage because of how successful it was, but because of how problematic. There's these accusations that people believe in the Joker and want to be the Joker and like the character for the wrong reasons, but I really just think they're attracted to neat cinematic experiences and performances. That's it. Yeah, some guy in a chat room, oh, he's so toxic. He's in a chat room in his bedroom by himself. Stop. No one's running around in Joker paint. No one's burning down the city. I just think it was a really a big missed opportunity. There are so many interesting ways to deconstruct the Batman mythology through the lens of an anarchist character like the Joker. This is how the downtrodden fight back. I don't know. That's just me. I like interesting stories. Obviously, I'm in the minority. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and Dragon Ball Daima. I need things like these to keep me sane. Dragon Ball Daima, I was a little bit like, dude, they're going to turn my favorite characters into little kids. This is going to be whack-tastic. Love the first episode. I thought it was a great balance. Spoiler alert, they didn't get turned into little kids yet, but I love the way the story's going. I like the new characters. I love to see the events of the Boo saga redrawn in super crispy clean. I mean, the animation on the show is really, really nice. The score, the pacing of the episode, I thought it was one of the better paced Dragon Ball episodes maybe ever. I was like, wow, the pacing on this is really good. It felt very polished, felt very tight. And it was nice to be in a time before Super again. I forgot how much I missed that end of Boo saga era where you didn't know where Dragon Ball was going to go. And it's really cool that they went back there again. I know I hate retreading stuff, and especially with Dragon Ball because there is no definitive timeline. I know certain people have tried to wrangle it. You sort of take the new show as it comes and fit it into your own headcanon. I'm excited where this series goes. Sparking Zero, it's like another fighting game. I gotta get back in the mode for that. I'm still playing WWE 2K, playing Warhammer. Fortnite is still goated. It is the best game. I don't know what it's hard to be like what's better than this. Of course, Elden Ring, but like when you're talking about current games constantly being updated with the skins are great. Fortnite's really doing it well. It's doing a good job, especially value-wise. It's doing an awesome job. Sparking Zero, you get a lot of characters right out off the rip, dude, and you get every version of the characters. I mean, WWE 2K could take a page out of that book too. I'm so sick of, you get one set of tights, you get one, like, come on, man, like, just make them all a bit. We're talking about character skins. We're not talking about redefining a character or a moveset. Even so, that's not even that hard. It's a multi-million-dollar game. Like, I mean, it might be a billion-dollar game. Like, put more work into it. Stuff's trying to frustrate your boy, dude. I'm going into a heavy production window right now. Of course, it always ramps up now into the holidays, which makes it even tougher. Got some of my own personal projects I'm working on, some neat stuff I'm going to try out, some side projects, some work projects coming up. So it's, when it rains, it pours, but it's always this time of year and you're juggling. You got Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then once this time, if you don't know, if you're not from, or you never worked in the industry, around December 11th, this town is done. It's done. It's done until like January 20th. Like that's how big of a break Hollywood kind of takes. Like you might be wrapping things up in December, but there's only a small group of people that are actually working. Everyone else is just sort of going to parties and all that stuff. It's fun when times are good. Like right now, it's kind of miserable, but when times are good, it's really fun. So this weekend was the Machinima Reunion. Yeah, I was there for the beginning of the end and the last days of Machinima. I made thousands of videos for Machinima, which is crazy. My show, Space Barter, that I used to have, which was like a late night style talk show, really ahead of its time. It was a lot of fun to produce. We did 230 episodes of that show. We had a daily show called All Systems Go. These went straight to the Sony View platform. That had 500 episodes. I think I shot like sketches and bits for that. I think I probably shot like 50 just sketches and bits for All Systems Go. Spacebar, we used to shoot 5 episodes in one day. They would be 30-minute episodes a piece, maybe longer than that sometimes. Once we kind of wrangled it in, we were just cranking episodes out. They were a lot of fun to produce and work on. Of course, Dank Fire, which was the sketch comedy show. There was This Week in Geek. Spacebar continued through that run, so we got even more episodes out of it. And then we transitioned to Facebook, and we had a few different sketch shows there. And then we became Action Figure Comics, where we were a fandom channel, all the while still working on other Machinima projects. There was like a Kong of the Hill tournament, which was for King Kong Skull Island, which was a gaming tournament, which streamed with Party Time, etc. A lot of good memories, a lot of learning. There's learned a lot in that time, and it was good to see some old faces. Yeah, it's a weird professional chapter for me. So just it's sad because there's not going to be something like Machinima, and not just Machinima, but the way digital was shaping up before the streamers sort of took it all over and traditional Hollywood stepped in, and now it's just corporate Hollywood, which is a new beast. So it was the second time in my career that the industry was upended. The first time was 2008 with Harris Malden, and the indie festival world was completely shaken up because of the bad economy. Then we thought that YouTube and the content creator space was going to blow up, and that kind of got cratered. And now you have a corporate structure that prioritizes IP. Yeah, there's still the creator economy, but we've seen influencers. When I was coming up, influencers were trying to be an alternative to traditional scripted. Now influencers are just influencers. Kind of why I wore this Mr. Beast shirt today. I worked down over at Mr. Beast. They're not interested in becoming actors or talent. They want to be whatever character they create for the camera, and that's it. They want to review food, eat food, review woodwork. I don't know what they do. Create challenge videos, create money laundering schemes, Ponzi schemes, whatever, that's the kind of stuff that they're into now. I don't know what's going to happen in 25. I'm always cautiously optimistic. See.